Forever is the strangest thing. It's shorter than you think. No think. Longing is the music of our sphere. The gift of life is never more or less. It starts at any time you like and ends in just a wink. Pass me the light, baby.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're just going to get straight to it. So I'd like to introduce our two guests. We've got Emma and Derek, who are part of the team of Convoy 2022 New Zealand. So welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to have you on. And have you been busy?
Busy's not quite the right word for it. I don't think that really. Yeah.
Because you guys, this is only a recent thing that started up, and from what I've seen, the momentum in the last week has been massive. Emma, do you have any idea of the numbers of where it started and where it's at now?
Well, so I originally, I'm part of the Telegram group, and there's a number of different groups that have gotten together to collaborate on making this successful. And we started out, I think, 5 days ago, and we had a few hundred. And then by the next day, they'd blown up to, I think it was 7,000 followers. And I think the
Wow.
Facebook group as well, they've gone up, and now they're at 30-something thousand followers of this movement, which
Yep.
is fantastic.
That is huge. That is huge. So tell me about, for those out there that aren't too sure about what's going on. So if you would like to take turns and give me a bit of a rundown on what Convoy 2022 New Zealand's all about, that would be awesome.
Can you go first, Emma?
Absolutely.
Oh, sorry, I said you, but I'll do it.
Oh, me? Oh, look. Sorry.
Looks like you're up, Emma. You're up.
Yeah, that's no sleep. That's what that is. Great. Well, I think this is a coming together of New Zealand people. We've been divided for so long. It's been 2 years. Families have been separated. We've been told that it's only going to be a short time. Then mandates have been imposed, and there's been even more division, which is just not okay. This movement is about putting an end to the mandates, an end to the division, and it's about coming together on a journey across New Zealand. And as we go on that journey, we're going to meet up with everyday New Zealanders that have been impacted by this, and we're going to take them all the way along to Parliament if we can.
Wow. Wow. And what about, how do you look at it, Derek?
Yeah, the same. We've had a pretty bad 2 years of it. A lot of people over here, probably all around the world, have felt alone. Not much support. And, we want to bring everyone together, give them a chance to get out there, feel safe in doing that. Just take everyone along on a positive journey this time and be able to put their, point across to the government that we've had enough. And, just on a positive note, try get everyone to feel a bit better about themselves.
That is so awesome. That's awesome. So, Emma, what happens in the convoy? Like, you've got North Island and South Island. Are they converging in one spot, or how's it actually going to work? Which I imagine has taken a lot of work and organising to get sorted.
Yes, it's a little bit of a logistical nightmare when you put a whole pile of water in between two islands. It certainly makes organising fun, but we're starting off on Bluff. We're making our way all the way up to Christchurch, and then we'll have a break overnight, and then we'll head up the next morning up to Picton. And we have to be quite clever with our routes. So then another team is also going to start in Greymouth and head up to Picton as well. So we've split it off a little bit just to make the journey a bit safer. Yeah. And then at the same time in the North Island, we're also, we're collaborating the start times. So it's like they're starting together on the journey. And we're hoping to make our way, from Cape Reinga to Hamilton, and then have a break there. And then in the morning, we start up again and we make our way through to Wellington, eventually on the 8th, converging together.
Wow. So what's the plan, Derek? What's the plan when you all get to Wellington? There will no doubt be quite a few people. So what's going to happen once you're there?
Yes, well, we actually have a flag that we've cut in half. So one half starting at the top of the North Island, one half starting at the bottom of the South. That's, to represent the fact that the government has tried to divide us for these last 3 years, but we refuse that to happen, and we are uniting again, and we will stay united. So once we get to Wellington, that will come together along with all the letters we pick up along the way from people and their experiences, and they will be delivered to the doorstep of Wellington as well.
Wow, that's really powerful, because I imagine mainstream media will probably portray it as a just an anti-vax small group going for a bit of a drive and who knows what else. So that's obviously not going to be the case. Now, from what I've gathered, this isn't anti-vaxxers. It's not. What sort of people have you got coming along, Emma? That'd be cool.
Yeah, we've got a mix of people. We haven't even asked what their status is, and we don't care. That doesn't even come into it for us. Why would we care what your medical history, your medical status is? Do I ask you when you're walking down the street if you've had your measles, mumps, and rubella shot? No, that's just not. That's not you know, it's, and this is the thing that they love to do, right? They love to try to label people and then turn people against one another. And that's what we're a little bit sick and tired of. And that's why we're collecting people along the journey. There's a little bit of everything for everyone. If you can't do the whole trip, you know, you can come along and just meet the convoy and, you know, hold a banner or hold out some support, wave. You can come along for an hour of the car ride if you like, or you can go the whole way. There's a little bit of something for everyone. You know, any support that you want to give is welcome. It's not, it's certainly not about what your medical status is.
That's awesome. Derek, any follow-up?
Yeah, no. We especially didn't want it to be about that. You know, there's so many other issues besides that are affecting people. I'm sure all around the world it's the same. You know, as suicides have skyrocketed, the amount of people that have lost their jobs, you know, unhappy families. Yeah, there's just so much more than that. You know, they're just trying to use that to, just pull us apart, and that's not what it's about.
No, good. Because I understand that one of the team members had an interview. I was speaking with her earlier today, and she had an interview, and she said at the end of it, she actually felt bullied, completely bullied, and wasn't allowed her voice as much as she would have liked, and just really pushed into a corner. Have you found that with any other sort of media, or are you getting a pretty good welcome?
We probably haven't heard so much from media yet, as this has happened really quickly. But, you know, a lot of other people have around the country and doing things. So I think ours is still to come regarding that side of things.
Yeah, well, the momentum's been huge. It really has. And well done. There's been a lot of work going into it. You can definitely see that. But what happens after Wellington? So you've got these 35,000 people on Facebook, and no doubt other followers on other social media platforms. Does it end at Wellington, or what happens after that?
Sorry.
We certainly want that momentum to keep going. For us, we're in it for the long haul. We want to see a change. And I think with all the protests that have been going on around the country to date, they've been really easy to ignore, mainly for the fact that mainstream media are not covering them. So people don't see the support of ending the mandate. They don't see protests. They don't hear about them. This is a really great, visible stand for people. They are not going to be able to ignore it. They're going to be coming out in numbers, and we don't need the mainstream media to show this. We're going to see it. You're going to hear the trucks, you're going to see the cars, and you're going to hear people supporting everyday New Zealanders heading towards Parliament. I'd love to see someone, act as though this is not happening. I don't think we're the minority anymore. There's more people who are against mandates than what people realise. And I think it's really going to unite people, because they'll realise that, they're not alone. Yeah.
No, exactly. And what's happened overseas, just for the viewers, what's happened overseas with the convoys that they've been doing? Derek, what have you seen?
There's so much. It's actually really good to see. Obviously, Canada led the way. Huge, absolutely huge. It was fantastic to watch. I saw a police report from Ottawa, 130,000 trucks there and 2 million people. And besides that, another convoy of trucks from Canada and from the US blocking the border between. They're certainly getting their message across. Australia have done the same, and all through Europe as well. So it's looking really good.
Yeah. So the difference, though, overseas, correct me if I'm wrong, but as to with New Zealand, is that New Zealand truckies actually, a lot of them don't own their own trucks. So I've seen a lot of them say, I want to come, I want to support, but they actually have to get the boss's permission. Is that right?
That's correct. But just get in your car, just hop in and come. It's about you being there. it doesn't matter what you're coming.
Oh, awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. I even saw
You can
someone
ride
say
your
they're
bike.
coming on a bicycle.
Yep. I probably need
That's
to.
awesome. Yeah, no, that's so cool. And what about you, Emma? Same thing. You've seen some real growth overseas and exciting stuff happening. People standing up.
Oh, absolutely. The fact that Canada have broken the world record for the longest convoy ever and not see much coverage about that, you know, the significance of that and how amazing that is. Like, how can you not realize how censored we are as a nation if the mainstream media don't even cover such a feat, you know, such a unification? That's just outrageous.
Yeah, absolutely. I just saw a comment come through. I think it was from Carol that said the mandates are uniting people. Interesting. Any thoughts on that?
Well, all I can say is that I've heard stories of families not being able to attend their, their New Year's celebrations with family because they're unvaccinated. Others have had to leave their job that they've worked at for years and years and years because they've made a decision not to get vaccinated because they just don't trust the science or what our politicians are telling us. You know, I don't see the unification in that. I think all I see in that is hatred and fear.
Yeah. Not good. Not good. So, what else would you like to let everyone know? Is there any other thoughts you'd like to know, or how can they get involved in this?
I'd just like to say, it's not really us doing this; it's New Zealand doing this. The people are making this happen, and also thanks to the support from overseas, it's been overwhelming. So good on yous.
Wow, so there's been quite a bit of support from overseas. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. We get positive messages all day. I think out of the hundreds and hundreds of calls that I've been taking and messages, I've had two people that haven't been in support of it. You know, if that speaks volumes to me. My numbers publicised out there, I could be getting hatred every single day, but I've had two. You know, that's amazing.
That's pretty good going. So is there anywhere in particular people can go to find out the finer details, what time they're leaving and what path they're all going down, the route?
Yep. So we've got Facebook. I'm just giving you the opportunity, Derek, so I don't steal all your thunder.
Go for it, Derek.
Sorry, you got me now. Yeah, so we've got obviously a Facebook page, which is Convoy 2022 NZ, and you can go there. We have all the details on there for both islands. If you're not sure, just PM anyone on the team, on the admin team. We'll get back to you. I'll let Jess say about Telegram because I'm not too sure all about the details about that.
Okay.
So Telegram has the same name, so we've tried to make it nice and easy for people to find us no matter where you go. We are a separate team, obviously. We were created on the same day and we found each other, which I think in itself is quite symbolic. It's not just one team behind this effort. It's a number of different teams that have seen an issue and are actually coming together and uniting instead of one team doing something. It's all of us.
Yeah, because you've got New Zealand truckies and all sorts of other groups coming along too and supporting.
Exactly, and the Voices for Freedom team are supporting us as well. It's amazing that the people who are reaching out to us in support of what we're doing is astounding, and it's actually restored my faith in New Zealanders. People are actually coming together and they're excited, and it makes me excited as well.
That's awesome. Now, will you be live streaming the convoy or putting updates up for people to see?
Yes, we'll be live streaming all the way along. Wow. So each major town we come to, we'll let people know we're coming in, so that they can either come out and support or join in. We have messages from all sorts of groups who are supporting us along the way, getting refreshments for us. It's been outstanding. Yep.
Wow.
Really has.
Wow. And what time are you expecting to arrive at Wellington?
I think about 6:30 on the 8th of February.
Wow, that is really exciting. Well, we just want to wish you guys all the best. We'll have our reporters out in Northland and wherever we can. Yeah, but any final words before we go, Emma?
I think just, I think we've experienced so much segregation, discrimination, hatred. Friends and families have been at each other's throats, and we don't want that anymore. We want people to start coming back together. As a nation, we're supposed to be friendly and nice, and welcoming, and I just have not seen that lately. Well, I have lately, but the last 2 years, not so much. I want to see that back. I want to see our country coming together again.
That's awesome. Thank you. And Derek?
I think Jess has pretty well summed it up. I'd just like to say, you definitely think about your friends and your neighbours. Keep a lookout for them. There are a lot of people who do feel alone out there and are having issues. So if you do see someone that looks like they're struggling, check on them and give them a hand. New Zealand used to be for that, and it needs to come back. Come on, guys, we can do it.
Well said. Well said. Well, thank you both so much. Really appreciate you giving your time. And
thank you.
Yeah, we'll stay tuned and be following what you guys are up to. And thank you again so much.
Thanks, Mel.
Awesome.
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.